YouTube fam? It's your favorite girl, Jay Shara, coming back to you with yet another reaction video. I'm gonna be reacting to Ralph Barbosa, Texas versus California laws. Before we get into this video, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, and follow me, your favorite girl, on IG at Jay Shara with an H at the end. Let's get into it.
What's up? Hi, this is Ty, man. I'm actually I'm visiting. This is the first time I really got to hang out in Cali, and I love it. The weed is amazing.
It's very strong accent.
You guys did to weed what white people did to hip hop. You gentrified it and you got rich off of it, and I love it. I'm really liking it. Weed is so like legit here. Like it's like officially legit. Like I bought it and the package even had a warning label on it. It says use with extreme caution. I was like, dude, I'm from a state where people still go to jail for weed. Trust me, I've been using with extreme caution. I came here to not use caution.
Right.
It's cool, man. I'm really enjoying it. My buddy was telling me though, he's like, yeah, a lot of people still don't buy from dispensaries. They'd rather go to a dealer because dispensaries tax so much. So there's actually been an increase in drug dealers' profits, you know, which proves like the only thing us Americans hate more than drug dealers is paying taxes. At least we know where the dollar's going, right?
Right.
Mexico. Nah.
Please.
It's cool, man. Texas has not legalized weed. We've been asking them to, and they just gave us more guns. We legalized
Like what?
open carry.
It makes
Like, we just
zero
wanna carry
sense.
weed. They're like, how about carry a bazooka?
Like this country.
Like, I don't want to. Like, no license needed.
Interesting, to say the very least.
We don't need a license. We just carry guns out in the open. But I like California style better. You guys were like, let's make it easier for people to smoke weed. And Texas was like, nah, let's make it easier for people to smoke other people. Actually, a while back, I had two friends go to prison for selling drugs. And don't worry, the story gets better. Not for them, they're in prison, but for me, I got material out of it. I like it. When drug dealers call you from prison, they always ask the same question. They're always like, who would have thought I'd go from driving the Benz to sleeping in a cell?
Who would have thought?
Everybody.
Literally.
That's why we asked you to stop.
Right.
They asked me not to talk about this stuff on stage, but the way I see it, for the next 5 to 7, I can say what I want. When they were dealing like small-time drugs like weed and stuff, we didn't really care. But when they started moving to heavier things, we sat down, one of our friends, and we had like a real serious talk. Like, hey man, don't go down this route, because nobody wants to see you get, you know, locked up or killed. And then he started taking us out to eat to really nice restaurants.
And you're like, I don't know.
Just like, heroin's not that bad. No, but they went that route, which was crazy. One of my buddies, I think the only one left, I guess, he stayed on the straight and narrow. He has a job at Target, and he loves his job at Target so much that sometimes I wish he would have just gotten involved with drugs instead.
Man, Lord.
He doesn't like when I leave things laying around the store. Like he'll find a shirt and he'll bring it to me like if his friend died in it or something. He's like, hey man, did you do this? Like, yeah. He's like, no man, I don't think you get it. You see, people like you who leave stuff laying around the store are the reason that people like me have to spend hours restocking all these items. And I said, hey man, I don't think you get it.
Right, I'm not paid enough.
I think people like me are the reason people like you have a job. You're welcome. You work for me now.
Seriously.
I'm very close with my friends, especially because I was an only child. I was an only child for a while until I found out that I have half siblings. which that got me excited. Finding out you have half siblings out there is like finding out that they made sequels to your favorite movie. You know, when you first hear about these sequels, you want to see these never before seen sequels. But then you meet the sequels,
Right.
and you're like, they should have just stopped after that last one. Honestly, the first one is the best. Like this.
Bruh.
But I was an only child for a long time, which I feel made me into a social weirdo. Like I don't really like going out. My friends will force me to go out to like bars and parties. And on the way to a party, they always say the same thing. They always be like, "You excited? Come on, get excited." Never once has it worked on me. Like, never once have I been like, "All right, here I go." I don't like when they say that. Come on, get excited.
Or when
That's
you're
like giving
sad.
somebody a drink and being like, "Come on, drink it." Like, dude, the more you force this, the less I want to party with you.
And they're like, don't be
But
sad.
I'll go to parties.
You're
but
like, okay.
I'm trying so hard to like be social, but I think people know I'm forcing it. I feel like I'm an undercover cop at parties. So I just walk around talking to myself. Be like, play it cool, Ralph. They think you're one of them. And somebody will walk up and be like, "Hey, you know where the restroom's at?" And I'll be like, I didn't want to be here. I walk to my car like, you blew it. I'm not very big on the whole social media thing either. People don't do strange things on there often, but sometimes they get a little too social, and I'm like, I'm out. Like I pull the plug on Instagram. And it'll be normal stuff. It'll just get a little too weird to me. Like this guy messaged me. He was like, "Hey man, I saw you posted a picture eating pizza, and I wanted to ask you, where'd you get that pizza at?" And I didn't say anything right away, so he sent a follow-up message. He was like, "Hey man, I hope you're not planning on ignoring me." I was like, I wasn't, but
Dude, that happened to
you
me
said
before.
the creepiest message ever.
Right.
I'm deleting my Instagram.
Like, I don't have to reply.
Sometimes people just get straight weird. Like one guy sent me a message on Instagram and I never opened it. So then he sent me the exact same message again on Facebook. That's like if you hit on a girl, she rejected you, and then you went home and changed your shirt and hit on her again. Now you're just weird in two different colors. I see a lot of girls post their Cash App on Instagram. Yeah, they won't even post naked. They'll just post their Cash App like, "Hey, in case anybody wants to send money." Which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's just this one girl that I didn't like. She posted her Cash App, and then under it, it said, "Don't be one of those lame guys who only sends like $4.
What?
I didn't even know her, but that made me so mad, I sent her a message. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna need my $4 back." One of my friends made $800 in one day through Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah, she doesn't post naked or anything. So I'm proud of her for making that money, but I don't know why I'm proud exactly. She says one guy sends her $400 anytime she has an hour to kill just to talk to him about his troubles. Which, like, good for her. That's like, most people have to spend 6-8 years in college to become licensed therapists. She skipped it. Her license is like a cute selfie and her cash tag under it. That's her therapy license. That's the equivalent of like going straight to the NBA right out of high school. Like, that's why, like, don't get me wrong. I definitely do believe men, women equals. I just don't think we're equal all the time. If I had to bet money on a dunking contest, well, I'm sorry, I'm gonna put my money on men. Like, but
You better.
if I had to bet money on like a post your Cash App and see who sends you the most money contest, I've already given the women my last $4. Hey, I'm Ralph Barbosa. Thank you guys so much.
He's not lying, man. Like, you really can make a living just from being social on social media and talking to people. Especially if you're an influencer, people would love to share your time. I think a lot of people who specifically just use social media for entertainment versus those who are the entertainment and who are the influencers, like, it takes a lot of time, your own money and effort. So I feel as though from being on this side of the spectrum, like, we deserve it. Like, we deserve all the money. Now, I'm not saying just be greedy and just take everyone's hard-earning dollar, but like, being an influencer in this day and age and posting content 24/7, a lot of people work hard, especially like TikTokers and YouTubers who create daily vlogs, daily content. Like, it's a lot of work. What you see is probably short clips, short TikToks, reels, but you don't see the like backside of it. And that's just the prep, just getting ready for the video, the actual energy it takes to make the video, and then after that it's the editing and perfecting your content. So receiving money from like fans and people who would love to share your time, I don't see anything wrong with that. And honestly, I don't see anything wrong with posting a selfie if you're a beautiful woman or man and people sending money. Like, if that's what people want to spend their money on, be my guest. Like, I don't have a strict opinion, or I'm not mad at it. Like, if you want to give someone $20,000 for looking beautiful, be my guest. Like, that's your life, it's your money. Like, what? I can't tell you what to do with your money. There was something else I was gonna talk about. He was talking about Cali, he was talking about money, he was talking about, oh, social media. There was this one part of the segment where he was saying how it's getting too close for comfort. And I don't even remember what this combo was about, but I remember this girl who DM'd me asking me something. I cannot remember the topic, but I remember thinking I was gonna come back to it later, like not later in the day, like later in the hour. And then when I went back to the message, because I planned to go back to it, I think I was busy or something, and she was like, oh wow, you don't have to act fake or funny, like you could have responded, you think you too good. I was like, girl, what? Oh, I remember who it was now. I was like, girl, what? Like, can you give me some time to respond to your message? Like, I was originally gonna come back, and then gave her the information. But what I don't like about social media in this day and age, or what social media has done to the world, like, is people feeling obligated to your time and attention. Because if I didn't have this phone, if I didn't have this account, you wouldn't have any access to me. You wouldn't know what I was doing. You wouldn't know where I was. You wouldn't even ask me that question. I do not like that, people feeling obligated to my time. My mom literally asked me the other day, why is your phone always on do not disturb? Because no one, like, don't feel obligated to my time. If I didn't have this phone, we would not be talking right now. I work 40 hours a week. I go to work and I talk to people all day. I'm using communication skills all day. I'm talking, communicating, collaborating. Like, when I come home, that's me time, okay? After work and on the weekends, when I feel like answering my phone, I will. When I feel like responding to a DM, I will. When I feel like texting you back, I will. And that just is what it is. I don't like people who basically feel like I need to message them back as soon as possible, because I'm not. And then if you continuously text me over and over, or if you call and I didn't answer and you try to blow my phone up, if you know, you know, because I've said it multiple times on this channel, and if you know me for sure, you know, the more you text me or the more you hit me up, it's gonna further delay my response. Like, I don't play that. Like, please don't ever think I have to ever be on your time. Now, if it's important, I get that. But if you just chatting bullshit and not really talking about nothing and talking about the same stuff I don't care. Like, I really don't care. And I have these talks with my friends and my family, and sometimes I'm like, okay, you can be a little B-word sometimes, but I really don't care. I'm not obligated to talk to anyone. Like, and I'm fine. One thing about me, I'm gonna be chilling and relaxing in my space. Like, I'm a TV girl. I like watching TV. I like going to the movies. I can do different activities in my community or around Vegas, but I don't like doing stuff every day. I'm fine with my snacks and my TV. Like, I'm fine with that. So like all the extra stuff, talking to people 24/7, being on the phone, FaceTime, it's just like, it's not needed. Especially if I know the person is annoying and like every time we talk, it's the same thing. Like, I don't have to talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, as far as Ralph Barbosa goes, he was definitely funny. Definitely a new fresh face that you've all seen on my channel. This is the first time I ever heard of him. First time I've ever watched one of his clips, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you have any other Ralph Barbosa videos that you want me to react to, don't hesitate dropping that down. Other than that, you all know that I love you. You love yourself 10 times more. Have a beautiful day or night in this amazing world. Ciao.